Money is supposed to be neutral, a medium of exchange, a store of value. But the United States has turned money into a weapon, and this weapon is more powerful than any military, more devastating than any bomb, because it can destroy entire economies without firing a single shot. The weapon is the weaponized dollar, and the delivery system is called SWIFT, the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. SWIFT is a messaging system that banks use to transfer money internationally. When you send money from one country to another, the banks communicate through SWIFT to confirm the transaction. Over 11,000 financial institutions in more than 200 countries use SWIFT. It processes trillions of dollars in transactions every day. SWIFT is the backbone of global finance, and the United States controls it. Here is how the weapon works. If a country does something America dislikes, America can cut that country off from SWIFT. This means that countries' banks cannot send or receive international payments. The country is financially isolated. It cannot import goods because it cannot pay for them. It cannot export goods because it cannot receive payment. Businesses collapse. The economy implodes. The country is strangled financially, all without military invasion, all without dropping bombs, just by flipping a switch in the financial system. This is not theoretical. America has used this weapon repeatedly. Iran was cut off from SWIFT in 2012. Russia was partially cut off in 2022 after the Ukraine invasion. North Korea is effectively banned. Venezuela has faced restrictions. The threat of SWIFT disconnection hangs over any country that defies American foreign policy. And the threat is terrifying because the consequences are catastrophic. But SWIFT is just one tool. The broader weapon is dollar dominance combined with American control of the global financial system. Most international trade is denominated in dollars. When China buys oil from Saudi Arabia, they pay in dollars. When Germany buys electronics from Japan, they pay in dollars. The dollar is the global reserve currency. This means countries hold dollars in their central banks as savings. Over 60% of global foreign exchange reserves are in dollars. The euro is second at about 20%. The yuan is under 3%. This dollar dominance gives America extraordinary power. Because most transactions go through dollars, they go through American banks at some point. And American banks must follow American law. This means America can track international transactions. America can freeze assets. America can punish anyone who does business with sanctioned entities. Even if the transaction has nothing to do with America. Even if it involves two foreign countries trading with each other. If dollars are involved, America has jurisdiction. Let me give you an example. European banks wanted to do business with Iran. Iran had signed a nuclear deal. The deal was international. It included European countries. But America decided to withdraw from the deal and reimpose sanctions on Iran. European banks wanted to continue trading with Iran, but America threatened secondary sanctions. This means America would sanction European banks if they did business with Iran. European banks had to choose: do business with Iran and lose access to American markets, or stop doing business with Iran and keep access to America. Every major European bank chose America, because being cut off from the dollar system is a death sentence for a global bank. This is extraterritorial jurisdiction through financial control. America enforcing American law on foreign entities in foreign countries through dollar leverage. And this power extends beyond sanctions. America can demand information from foreign banks. America can force foreign companies to comply with American regulations. America can reshape global business practices through financial pressure. The dollar is not just currency, the dollar is control. Now, why does this work? Why can America weaponize the dollar when other countries cannot weaponize their currencies? 3 reasons. First, the dollar is the global reserve currency. Countries need dollars for international trade. They need dollars in their reserves. They cannot easily function in the global economy without dollars. This creates dependence. Second, the American financial system is the most developed in the world. The deepest capital markets, the most sophisticated financial institutions, the most liquid dollar markets. If you want to borrow large amounts, invest large amounts, or move large amounts of money, you do it in dollars through American or American-connected institutions. This creates centrality. Third, America has political and military power to back its financial power. America can threaten military action. America can offer security guarantees. America can build coalitions to enforce financial rules. No other country has this combination of financial depth and geopolitical power. China has geopolitical power, but its financial markets are not open or deep enough. Europe has financial markets but not the political unity or military power. Only America combines all three, and this combination makes the dollar weapon uniquely powerful. But here is the problem. Weapons create enemies, and overuse of weapons creates resistance. Every time America uses financial sanctions, the targeted country looks for alternatives. Every time America threatens SPEFT disconnection, countries build backup systems. Every time America freezes assets, countries diversify away from dollar holdings. The weapon is effective in the short term, but it is creating long-term blowback. Look at what is happening. Russia was partially cut from SWFT in 2022. Russia responded by demanding payment for oil and gas in rubles or yuan. Russia shifted trade to China, India, and other countries willing to bypass dollar systems. Russia accelerated development of alternative payment systems. China has been building alternatives for years. See IPS, the cross-border interbank payment system, China's answer to SWFT. It is smaller, it is less developed, but it is growing, and it allows countries to bypass SWFT for yuan transactions. China is also promoting yuan settlement for oil trades. The petrodollar system has been a pillar of dollar dominance since the 1970s. Oil priced in dollars, oil exporters holding dollars. This created automatic global demand for dollars. But now Saudi Arabia is accepting yuan for Chinese oil purchases. UAE is doing yuan oil deals. Russia sells oil to China and India in non-dollar currencies. The petrodollar is not dead, but it is cracking. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, are discussing a common currency for trade among themselves. They are building payment systems that bypass the dollar. They are creating swap lines in local currencies. The goal is de-dollarization, reducing dependence on the dollar and the American financial system. And it is not just BRICS. Even European allies are nervous. After America froze Russian central bank assets, every country with dollar reserves asked, could America do this to us? If we have a dispute with America, could America freeze our reserves? The answer is yes, and this creates an incentive to diversify. Central banks are buying gold at the fastest pace in decades. Gold cannot be frozen by America. Gold has no counterparty risk. Gold is the ultimate neutral asset. Countries are also accumulating other currencies. Euro, yen, yuan, even smaller currencies. Anything to reduce dollar concentration. The dollar is still dominant, but the direction is clear. Countries are slowly, deliberately reducing dollar dependence. Now America could respond to this in two ways. Option 1. Reduce use of financial sanctions. Make the dollar less weaponized. Restore trust in the dollar as a neutral medium of exchange. This would slow de-dollarization, but it would also reduce American geopolitical leverage. America uses sanctions constantly against Russia, Iran, North Korea, Venezuela, Syria, and dozens of other countries and entities. Sanctions are a core tool of American foreign policy. Giving up this tool is politically difficult. Option 2. Double down on dollar dominance. Use sanctions more aggressively. Punish countries that try to bypass the dollar. Force allies to choose between America and sanctioned countries. This maintains American power in the short term, but it accelerates de-dollarization in the long term. The more aggressively America uses the dollar weapon, the more urgently other countries seek alternatives. So far, America is choosing option 2. The Biden administration has imposed more sanctions than any previous administration. Sanctions on Russia are the most comprehensive ever attempted against a major economy. America is demanding European companies stop using Chinese telecommunications equipment. America is pressuring allies to join sanctions regimes. The dollar weapon is being used more, not less. But this creates a strategic problem. The dollar weapon works because of dollar dominance. But using the dollar weapon undermines dollar dominance. It is a self-defeating strategy in the long term. Every sanction creates an enemy. Every SWFT disconnection creates an alternative payment system. Every asset freeze creates a reason to avoid dollar assets. America is burning the foundation of its own power. And here is the deeper irony. The dollar became the global reserve currency because it was trusted. After World War II, America built a system based on rules and stability. The Bretton Woods system. Countries trusted the dollar because America committed to convertibility to gold. Even after Nixon ended gold convertibility in 1971, countries trusted the dollar because of the size and stability of the American economy. The dollar was the safe haven, the neutral arbiter. But weaponization destroys neutrality. When the dollar is a weapon, it is no longer neutral. When SWFT is a tool of American foreign policy, it is no longer just infrastructure. When dollar assets can be frozen for political reasons, They are no longer truly safe. The very actions that demonstrate American power are undermining the foundations of that power. Trust is being replaced by fear, and fear creates a desire to escape.